When you think you're just chilling at a play, then suddenly there's an intense old king behind you wanting to battle it out. What a twist. All for the sake of your son's dutifulness. Perseus is fuming. Perseus charges in to fight the old king, unaware the mad king can subdue him with a finger, crushing his weapon like paper. Despite this, Perseus won't give up. He stabs the old king with a broken sword, as if playing badminton, only to find the king's a mere shadow now it's hand to hand. After a few rounds, the old king becomes more ferocious while poor Perseus is in full retreat, eventually getting knocked down by a punch like he just lost a game of rock paper scissors. As he's about to get up and keep fighting, he spots a divine sword on the ground. Encouraged by Ed, he breaks through the half-mortal, half-god dilemma and rises, casting doubt about Zeus' side and embracing his divine lineage. He raises his father's gift high like a true warrior. Let's hope he doesn't swing at the wrong target this time. He leaps and delivers an open-back surgery to the old king. With his new shiny weapon, Perseus' fight mode kicks into overdrive. With divine power ignited, Perseus presses the old king down in no time, piercing his chest like he activated an invincibility mode. Just before kicking the bucket, the old king's dark thoughts are purified, and he uses his last breath to advise Perseus, don't fall for the divine hoaxes. With a hint of discontent, the old king closes his eyes forever, while Ed, struggling with injuries, looks like he's about to check out. Kraken is about to be unleashed, and as Ed vanishes in a flash, Zeus silently watches from the shadows like a spectator at a basketball game. Perseus, with a light bulb moment, realizes mortals can't win against gods, and he reminisces about his bad choice of role models. What a roller coaster. Thankfully, he wasn't defeated. He sees Medusa's head, mounted his steed, and headed to Argos. Meanwhile, Zeus plans to defeat the Kraken with Medusa's power. Meanwhile, the deadline in July is fast approaching, and King Hades is about to make good on his promise. Zeus finally decides to let the Kraken loose as well. The Kraken finally strikes back. It bursts from the depths, stirring giant waves and making a beeline for Argos, as panic spreads like wildfire among the citizens. People are losing their minds, and some even swear loyalty to the princess to fend off Hades' threats. So, crowds storm the palace, grab the princess, and tie her up at the highest tower as a sacrificial offering for the Kraken, thinking it will save them from being eaten. But things don't go as planned. It turns out to be just a foggy trap set by Hades, and the Kraken is more than happy to take the princess. A gigantic tentacle reaches out like a mountain, instantly smashing half the buildings, and civilians scatter in every direction with nowhere to hide. The citizens feel the bone-shaking terror of the Kraken, and slowly start losing faith in the gods, shaking Olympus' foundations. The temples start to wobble, and Hades' grand scheme is a success as he reveals his true colors, grinning like a child who just won a prize. Zeus, deprived of faith, grows weaker and can't match Hades, reminiscing about his past deceits and sinking deeper into despair. Hades, fuming with anger, decides to take Zeus' place and make sure Zeus sees his own world get wrecked. With Hades having vanished, the fates of all three realms rest entirely in Perseus' hands. Perseus rides the steed towards Argos. Meanwhile, Hades appears as dark voids give way to a legion of hellish monsters. He sneaks up to steal the Medusa's head from Perseus, fate of the realms hanging by a thread, yet it seems all too easy for foes to snag it. Perseus rides hard on his steed, pursuing the sneaky imp. While chaos reigns in the city, there's no letting up now. Burdened with a heavy task, Perseus dives right into the fray, saving the people and the princess, only to get pounded harder through each fight. Starting to counter after never avenging, the buildings become part of the collateral damage in his urban pursuit. At this moment, the Kraken emerges like a disaster looming, as time slips through the hourglass, nearly running out. Faced with the incoming onslaught, Perseus seizes a torch from a resident and charges ahead, slashing away the malevolence. But alas, the imp with the head is already soaring into the sky. Perseus rushes to chase, while two fleeing little heroes block the enemies riding on oversized gadgets. The Kraken finally shows its might, bursting from the sea, its colossal form intimidating like a mobile city. With its formidable body, there's no competition. A single roar rips the very fabric of the earth. Despair grips the populace, being utterly powerless against this force. The imp tries to lure the beast away, but the swift steed maneuvers, leaving the furious Kraken to target the defenseless princess, forcing Perseus to take a risk. He leaps into the air and sends the imp flying, racing towards the palace hall, quickly dealing with the imp, only to find the Kraken ready to pounce. The beast opens its massive maw, preparing to devour its sacrificial offering. At the last moment, Perseus flips up and grabs the glowing artifact from the ground. In a flash, Medusa's power shines through, turning the Kraken into stone. What a plot twist no one saw coming. So invulnerable to weapons, it can't defend against Medusa's petrifying gaze, leaving the beast utterly defeated and immobilized. Confronted with the rebellion of slaves, the Kraken briefly loses control. Unfortunately for the king, he's severely wounded in the fray. And just like that, the suspended Kraken collapses, forcing Perseus to hurl Medusa's head into the ocean. A great resonance shakes the area, causing nearby buildings to collapse, as the princess, instinctively, falls into the sea. What a nightmare scenario. Just as Perseus prepares to rescue the princess, King Hades appears, shrouding the sky in darkness. A bolt of lightning flashes through the heavens. Zeus' aid allows Perseus to strike back as he pierces Hades' heart with a swift sword. In a moment of unpreparedness, Hades is banished back to the underworld, restoring humanity's peace at last. Perseus jumps into the sea, lifts the unconscious princess, and as they reach the shore, the princess gazes at him in awe, thinking he's nothing short of a hero. She considers keeping Perseus there, wanting to become his queen, but with someone already on his heart, he rides off on his steed. In fact, Perseus at his heart already claimed and finds himself at the ocean floor when Zeus appears as an old man, seeking him out. Zeus thanks Perseus for saving the realms, and remember to hit that subscribe button on my channel, alright?